In this way, urban design has developed resilience by implementing sustainable urban development measures integrating risk at the heart of development projects over and above existing scenarios. Therefore, contrary to an elaborate form of protection applicable to just one water level threshold, the district's design consisted of studying to what level of urban, technical, morphological, programmatic and social configurations its resilience could be imagined for covering frequent to very rare hazard events. Romorantin, Mature district in non-flood conditions, pedestrian paths in black and old factories in light gray. Source EDL, Eric Daniel Lacombe. Romorantin, a study of hydraulic transparency during a 100-year flood in Mature district, the flow of water through the district marked in red. Source EDL, Eric Daniel Lacombe. The new district also stands out for the wide range of architectural solutions it proposes for foundation supports. Old buildings that have been kept have deep hard stone foundations that have already withstood a number of flood episodes, and new collective buildings are raised off the ground and protected from rises in water levels by long floodable parking lots that form a water retaining channel. Detached houses are also raised off the ground on piles which enable water to pass through without restriction. In this way, we can imagine the future movement of any water liable to invade the district by observing the meeting points between facades in ground, the protective dike on the boundaries to the north and west, the water retaining channel in the center and the vertical piles to the south. It is certainly simpler to understand this by walking through the district during flood periods, but which is undoubtedly easier to do outside flood periods. Inhabitants of the town can cross the area by two parallel ways, one alongside the public square to the north, and the other skirting the detached homes to the south. Pedestrians and residents in the district have pathways between homes and the garden. Each of these ways offers a different perspective of the whole project, and they all entwine with the watercourse in different ways depending on the frequency of rainfalls. To the south, the route crosses buildings on piles and runs along islands with large trees heralding the proximity of the river. The results of any rise in water levels are easy to imagine. The situation is different on the road to the north and in the public square, where only one residential building has a special construction system giving the impression that it floats above the ground. We can most certainly visit these routes and not pay any attention to this element of mystery, but, once it has been discovered, it invites us to imagine the route taken by water under flood conditions, to reflect on the height of the lowest balconies in private homes, to look at the marks kept by the town on the level of the last major flood and the future of the plants in the public garden during any forthcoming flood. The architectural project aims at making the answers provided by inhabitants to these questions become supports for the identity of the district and foster the creation of a new culture of relationships between the town and its river. Just as the district opens at the west onto the river, here too the concern for removing any limits is combined with the refusal to impose any separation of the urban district from nature. Different water-inspired metaphors are integrated into architectural design with ripples on the facades and sinusoids formed by the eaves of roofs, and where raised ground floors are reached via sloping wooden footbridges, that look like pontoons. These floating paths lead to pontoon terraces offering just as many opportunities for looking over the flood gardens, figure 6, which are transformed by successive passages of water. In this way, the architectural, urban and landscape makeup creates a dialogue with water's regular or exceptional presence on the site. View from the public garden of Mature district, in Romorantin, without flood.